French union leaders spoke out against what they termed the Trumpization of world politics.
International partners, including the African Union, Turkey, and the United States, are boosting their efforts against the extremist group Al-Shabaab, which has made significant territorial gains in Somalia this year.
This potential increase in forces comes after Turkey and the U.S. have already stepped up their support for Somali security forces in 2025.
Key national security figures are exiting the Trump administration. Sources confirm that National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and his deputy Alex Wong are leaving their positions in the White House. California experienced population growth for the second year in a row, adding more than 108,000 people in 2024.
The latest report also included upward revisions for previous years, suggesting population increases.
This is News in 60 with Alan Edwards.
Demonstrators gathered across the globe to mark International Work.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host
I can't
or
even blame it on
guest and
Steven.
should
He
not
wasn't
be
here to push
interpreted
buttons.
as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
What happened? I want to know what happened. Be quiet. Give it to me. What happened? Why I gotta wake up angry every day? Why?
Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Somebody bum over there.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
Actually, today we have two stand-up comics, but they won't be standing up. They'll be sitting down. But we have two, at least in theoretical stand-up comics. If this repeats, I'm going to shoot somebody. Who am I going to shoot? Aha.
Wake up.
Now I got to shoot somebody. Why is this loop thing not working? Damn it. Everybody's fired. All right, that's the show for you. Thanks for coming. It's Friday. Go fuck off. I'm sorry. It's the loop button that's pissing me off already. It is Friday, May 2nd, or Dos de Mayo. Dos de Mayo. How about that? Big drinking holiday around here. Drink coffee. Anyway, Friday, you made it through the week. Well, you will have made it through the week. Ron Kane made it through the week yesterday, so I think he's off Fridays. I don't know why. Should have off Friday. Stephen Ortiz did not. He still has to go to his little kitty diddle job. And me and GD, we just go play shuffleboard with the old folks out in the park. Anyway, so the buzz this morning. You got the buzz. I got the buzz. I didn't even smoke anything yet. I should. I should be a wake and bake guy. I get up in the morning, and the first thing, instead of grabbing coffee, just go for the white weed and just get like super stupid and go back to sleep. I know you think that's what I do anyway, by the way I'm talking, but that's not what I do. Anyway, the buzz. Joe Rogan has had Hal Puthoff on his show. Hal Puthoff has a lot of real credentials. University professor of quantum, calls himself a quantum physicist. I think he's an electro engineer. Who am I? He worked for the CIA at some point, but here's the deal. Now he's telling Rogan a bunch of fairy tales. What I want you to know about Hal Puthoff, because I have, it's not my first hearing about him. Sometime, I want to say in the 80s, he was claiming he could use magical powers to bring himself unlimited money. But he decided that wasn't fair and he was going to stop doing that. If that rings true with you, stick your head up your ass and fucking choke to death. I'm sorry. That's a little mean. And probably YouTube doesn't like it. Rumble probably loves it because that's the kind of stuff they're into. But he also, for the CIA, I believe, did a study on Uri Geller, the spoon-bending fraud, who James Randi kind of exposed as a fraud. But come on, everybody knew he was a fraud. And he certified Uri Geller, Feller, as the real deal. What he's doing is absolutely legitimate. So that's who you should know who Hal Puthoff is. Before you go watching the Rogan program and say, oh, this guy says UFOs, and he says he knows all about the mystery of the gray aliens' vaginas. Yes, I'm not kidding. He did a whole study on gray alien vaginas. I think he's a necrophiliac because working in the morgue, I saw quite a few gray alien vaginas. That's where we are today. We could talk about that if anybody's seen the Rogan stuff. Probably not. You probably haven't seen the clips yet. But Hal Puthoff, he needs to be put off, put out, put under. He claims he can talk to the dead. He can claim remote viewing. United States has captured UFOs and have at least 10 crafts. Like, come on. If they can, come on, man. Who am I, Joe Biden? Come on, man. If they can come here in their little flying saucers and we can't go there, they're better than us. We ain't going to capture them. Well, what do you do? With your little slingshot, you're going to go out there and shoot them down, get to your hairy vagina, bend the spoon. I don't know. I'm exhausted. I want to start doing Beyond Classified with Matt Nappo because I won't fucking quit. I'm sorry. I'm in a bad mood because of that fucking loop button. Anyway. Also, it turns out I'm a careless dick. I know it. We knew that. But I've been talking about this new sponsor I'm going to have, Corel, the art company. Turns out I need to fill out the contract that's been sitting in my spam folder for about a week. And they sent it to me in exe format, which is Windows. I can't open it on a Mac. I should have known this a week earlier, or I'd be flowing. I'd be magically getting unlimited money using my magical powers from Corel. But we don't have a commercial for Corel yet. So I'm going to play a commercial for something I can really, really relate to, and that is...
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level, you're in the right place. With over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer, we're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop.
Grab my piece.
Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now, I'm not going upside down here. I like this light. I'm on top now. In the room with me now is Steven, the saluting diddler, with no last name. Ron, I'm off today. Fuck you people who I've got unlimited money just coming magically to me, Kane. And GD Mendelson. I think it's Mendelson. GD Mendelson. Good morning, GD. Something.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. How many comedians does it take to change a light bulb? That's the trick question. If the light
They
is
don't
out,
show up.
they just won't stop talking. MindDogTV.com. Enjoy the suffering and support your local mercenaries.
Yeah. They won't show up to change your light bulb. You see, they promise you they'll be there. Oh, I got a light bulb. I'll be there. I'll be there at 9:15, and then they won't show up. Right. Anyway,
mannequin pussy.
What does that say? What does that say? It sounds like not a Kentucky. Not a Kentucky.
No, he's saying mannequin pussy.
Mannequin pussy. Not a Kentucky. Mannequin pussy.
It's a name of a band.
It's okay. I did not know that. Is that something akin to gray alien vagina?
Yeah, I guess it could be.
Mannequin pussy.
Mannequin pussy.
Yeah, they've been around for a bit.
Mannequin pussy. Mannequin pussy. Well, I've heard that 1,000 times. I never knew what he was saying. I thought he was saying not a confession. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's mannequin pussy.
All right.
I think your ears need glasses as well, Matt.
Don't fuck it up, Stephen. Matt, embrace the anger, Napo Rock. Well, he likes when I abuse Stephen, I guess.
He just likes when you're angry in general. Gives him a boner.
Is he an angry guy? Because he has this angry scowl. I've never seen a comedian. I haven't seen him perform live, but I've seen pictures of him on stage, and he always looks like he's angry at the audience.
Who's that?
John Beavers.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, Steven, did you hear the big news that GTA's been pushed back another year?
I saw that this morning. Yeah, pretty angry. But this game better be the best fucking game ever made, dude. This better be the play all be all end all for GTA. This better be fucking amazing.
I'm disappointed. I was so excited for fall because for that to drop, but nope.
Now this whole world can
just
just end.
Because of the tariffs, and there's going to be like a 25% increase going across the internets, and so that's why they're waiting. They don't know what to charge people yet.
Nah, I'm cool with them waiting as long as the game is going to be good. I mean, if shit's not done, it's not done.
When was the last Educated Boomer or two? When was the last the current version? When was that released?
10 plus years ago.
It was like 1492.
It's been over 10 years.
Oh, so have they been working on this one for 10 years? Like they start when they
are awesome with games.
Yeah, probably when they started the first one, or the last one, they started on the next one. But this last one has been huge. They built a whole online world around it. It's an entire thing.
Wow, it better make you come. That's all I gotta say. If working on for 10 years, it better make you come.
It's still a fun game to play. It's still fun to jump back into and do shit in GTA 5.
Remember, I don't know if you remember. Maybe I just fantasize this, and it's not reality. Maybe it was a Mandela effect thing. About 5 years ago, metaverses and people were buying properties in the metaverse where you could live. I think Snoop Dogg was buying them. Like, whatever happened with that? I was expecting people to be
flopped
living
about as hard as Ron Jeremy's dick when he died. Man, that was game over. The thing was,
Ron Jeremy is still alive, I believe.
I said, yeah, Ron. I think he's still alive.
How he died?
No, he's in a mental health facility. He's got like dementia and shit.
Anyway, I just
taking pictures, doing selfies with it. They're holding it up.
Yeah,
like
this. People. What are you talking about?
All right, let's be mean to Steven. What do you got to say, pedo fucking Amish cock?
No, child enthusiast.
I'm sorry.
Cock bigot. I'm a Van Bowl.
Go ahead, Steven. The floor is yours. You can't use it for anything with your fucking gimpy legs, but the floor is yours.
That's true. You'll be buried under it soon. Anyways, I The metaverse thing was a huge flop, man. I mean, basically all the celebrities bought up all the digital real estate, and then no regular people got a chance to do anything with it. So it just kind of just flopped.
No, what happened was the great floods came down and wiped out GeoCities. Then after the GeoCities got wiped out, the flooding kept continuing into the metaverse.
GeoCities, that was like a fucking early website where you could build your own website thing. Like,
yes, yeah, it was back like around
me remembering the early 90s or something. Whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, it was like around the time of MySpace, and GeoCities was terrible because they would let you design your own web page.
Yeah.
So like every web page you went to, it was so fucking annoying.
Wow,
Ron, you seem so happy about this. I mean, I haven't seen you this lit up since you were demonstrating your mashed potato chair, your chair that makes mashed potatoes.
Yeah, a lot of people like the mashed potato chair.
You have a mashed potato chair?
Well, it sounds good. We'll do a cup of gravy.
It will come with something. I don't know.
It sounds way better than a wheelchair.
Wow.
Ron is looking for it right now. Ron is looking for a demonstration of his mashed potato chair right now.
Wow.
So it is 9:16. The first comedian has not shown up yet. Was that the one?
Motherfucker.
Was that Justin Russell?
Oklahoma. An Oklahoma actor and comedian. It's probably the actor part of him that's not shown up. The comedian part is definitely.
It's already here. We just haven't noticed him.
Yeah.
1995 was GeoCities.
Wow.
I was
Windows
4.
95, just in time for Windows 95. The big rush where you go to Best Buy and wait online for this new software that was supposed to be magical, that you could do anything with it. You could create songs and movies and books, and it just turned out to be a good place to find porn.
Here we go. Here's some examples of GeoCities, of what the pages look like.
Wow.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like a WordPress.
Yeah, it was it's terrible.
And it was free, though, right? It was free.
Yeah, that was the other thing. It was free.
In the 90s, there was this boom, the tech boom. People were buying stocks for stuff, but they didn't know how to monetize anything yet. There was like no banks were like supporting any of this stuff, so nobody could buy anything. You couldn't charge for anything, so people went broke with these tech stocks because they couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, and no one knew how to design a good web page that would keep people there. It's like, go to my GeoCities page, and you would go once. You're like, this is fucking horrible.
Another thing that was back then when people wrote programs for PCs, Windows back then, the operating system, the DOS was pretty much like an open system. You could write your program and use Windows DOS, and Windows like fixed that in '98, and so a lot of the programs that people had written in '95 were useless for '98. And if you didn't have the tech people to update your software, you were fucked.
Yeah. So, and if you you don't have your Ambien to get to sleep, you could always listen to GD Talk Tech.
Yeah, especially since it's been a while since I've had to remember the words to use to describe it, and I may not be describing it right. Yeah. Right now, there's some geek out there going like, "Stop it! You're ruining everything. You don't know what you're talking about." So right.
Hey, Grok here. Go fuck yourself.
Oh shit! He got you so good.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it time though? Isn't it time to update the nerd voice? Because I mean, we've been doing that for how. I mean, you got to talk like a tech bro. Come on, bro. We're listening to Rogan.
I'm not going to update that voice because that is how my actual tech guy actually sounded, who worked on my computer back then. That was his voice.
It has to be South African or Asian or something now.
I've never had an
Have you
Asian
tried
guy.
unplugging and plugging it back in?
I've never had an Asian guy actually work on my computer. The only physical person who touched my computer was
Please send payment for $19.95 to Apple prepaid card. I unlock your computer now.
That's right. Can I tell you the big words Bear Love is using to describe us?
The big words? Embrace.
Wait.
Persistent and consistent.
Oh, I was going to say engorged, but I guess
I
that
would
was
say
not.
constipated would be a good way to. But he says y'all are persistent. Why? Because we show up every day. Ron doesn't show up every day. He shows up once a week now. Good for him. I want that once a week. I want to show up once a week and get the kind of paycheck he's getting.
Matt, don't you normally come once a week?
Huh? And you all, no wonder you guys all hate no. I don't hate no shows. I listen. The thing about no shows is they are not helping themselves. I'm fine talking to GD and Pedo Boy, and I'm happy when Ron stops in once a week now. I don't need them to show up, but they are putting out some bad advertising for themselves because when they see the picture is on the website, and then when I publish it, I put their name. Like today, it will be if this is the case.
Justin C. Russell and Stephen Mays.
No show and no explanation in parentheses, and then it goes on with the description. So they're going to have that on the internet, and that lives forever, just like Steven's pedo pictures. That
it goes on your permanent record.
Right. So I don't hate them. They're fucking themselves.
Your permanent OnlyFans.
Yeah. That's right.
Finish inside me.
So, Pedo Boy, I'm sorry. I'll stop calling you that.
I wonder why people don't want to come on when you're sitting here just blatantly calling people pedophile. I cannot put the math together, Matt. I cannot put the math.
Well, Matt is being stubborn. We've decided that Stephen is not a pedophile. We agreed yesterday that he's not a pedophile. He is now a child enthusiast. So we had a vote, and Matt is now just being rebellious. He's like he's not accepting the election results.
I didn't vote.
It still doesn't matter. It's 2-1 then.
Against that. I would have.
So it's 2-0. So it's unanimous, 2-0 if you didn't vote.
But my vote counts like 10 times your vote. So I'll get 10 votes because I'm me.
He gets 10 votes for your 3/5. It's not fair.
Yeah, but you get extra. Stephen gets extra votes because he has the handicap card.
Oh, I thought that only counted as half a vote.
No, you're half a person, but your vote is like twice because you have a bigger lobbyist.
And
you have
a room.
You have the Crip lobbyist.
Cool.
You have the wheelchair pack behind you, so you have more power.
So Justin Russell apparently is going to be a no-show with his guitar-style one-liners. What does that mean? Guitar style.
I guess he holds a guitar in his hand. He like tells a joke, and then he plays a chord and tells another joke, and he never gets to a song. He just plays his guitar, kind of like Mitch Hedberg, like a low-budget Mitch Hedberg. Where Mitch Hedberg had
all of a sudden, he knows who Mitch Hedberg is. He's like, I think we've educated him.
Well, I've liked Mitch Hedberg for a long time. As a matter of fact, I'm so stupid. I thought I discovered him because I heard him on the radio, and I'm like, this guy's really good. He's going to be something. So he had music in the background, and he told his jokes. That's probably what this guy is like. I'm just assuming because what the fuck do I know? He didn't show up to talk about himself.
I don't ever remember ever having music behind him when he was.
I know a comic who years ago he was at the Comedy Zone, and that's when Shane Gillis would show up there from time to time. He'd come in from Philly, and Shane went up to perform. And this is like after Shane had won Philly's Funniest and things like that. And he went up to Shane to say, hey, if you need some help writing your jokes, or maybe you should do this. And this guy is just an open mic comic, and Shane is no working comic.
What did he say to him?
Did Shane Gillis hire them? Did Shane Gillis hire them?
Shane actually just said, just kind of blew him off. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to listen. And then walked away.
Wow. Well, good for him. I probably would have said, I've had that happen where guys came up to me. Oh, you're playing Wooly Bully wrong.
I'm willing to bet that I was at the Comedy Zone. The Shane Gillis name sounds familiar. I bet you want to bet that I was there a couple of those nights back then.
Oh, it's possible. He used to show up there.
Yeah,
he used to show up there about like 6 years ago or so.
I'm willing to bet I deleted his picture from my files because I had over 10,000 comics in my computer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
At the same time?
No. I had 5,000. I had 5,000 pictures. 10,000 comedians is how many I said were working in the DC metropolitan area.
It's going to.
Why? Why did you say picture? I mean, I could see if they were like
I used to whenever I went to an open mic or a show or anything I went to, I took pictures of the comedians if they allowed it, and I would post them online on Facebook so that they could, have them.
Oh. Yeah, he would. Early on, when I first met GD I think it probably was the Comedy Zone or something. That's what he'd do. He'd show up with his camera and he would do comedy and then take pictures for everybody.
And I'd stay for the whole show. I would stay for actually, yeah. Some people actually didn't appreciate it. Some people who didn't, and it was. I won't mention Manny by name. I can't remember Manny's last name or his first name. I don't know which was.
Manny?
No, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if Manny was his first name or last name now, but he was like a petite kind of guy with glasses and curly hair or something. And he never liked his pictures because he said he always looked like a weasel, and he blamed me. And I said, look, it's just the camera. All I'm doing is pointing the camera. Your face is your face. If you think you look like a weasel in every picture, you probably look like a weasel when I don't take the pictures.
That's really good.
If I keep squeezing it, it's going to explode.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I need to get a Windows machine just so I can open a contract so I can start getting unlimited magical money coming my way.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. You said if I believe that person could manifest money willy-nilly, and he's just not doing it because it's wrong for me to stick my head up my ass. So here we go. My head is up my ass. I don't have a head anymore. It's up my ass.
It looks like you got a little like tinfoil cone on your head. That's what it looks like.
It's up my ass. My head's up my ass.
No, it doesn't. It looks like you got a tinfoil cone on. You cone of silence, but unfortunately you weren't silent.
My head's up my ass. My head's up my ass.
But your lips are still floating in the air somehow.
I believe him. I believe he can manifest money.
Now, if memory serves me, and it doesn't, let's be honest, my memory. But I think I remember you having a bone to pick with Uri Geller or a spoon to pick with Uri Geller or something, right? Didn't you? Wasn't that like a?
No, it wasn't with Uri Geller because I didn't really know him. It was somebody else who was teaching us how to bend spoons with our minds. It was it was another workshop. It was a workshop that when we were in school to study to be ministers, we actually went out to look for people with quote gifts, to see if they could repeat it, under basically like a scientific method. If you can bend a spoon at home, you can bend a spoon here. You know what I'm saying?
A cult leader than minister training, but go ahead.
I'm saying we used to go out and we would either look for legitimate people or expose the frauds, and if it was legitimate, we tried to, find an explanation why something like that would work. Like someone says they can turn water into wine. Okay, let's see it.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's drink it. Oh no. Let's let Steven drink it and see what happens to him.
Let's do it.
And then, yeah. But so if somebody came to you and said, first of all, that I have magical powers that I can just bring unlimited money to myself, but I decided not to do it because I felt like it's not fair.
The thing is,
you don't smell that bullshit, right?
Well, here's the deal. In theory, they would be correct that you're not supposed to be using that type of energy for personal gain in theory. Okay, so that's like it's like kind of like an unwritten oath.
It's like when a bull shits and the shit comes out.
I'm talking about. I'm just saying it's like most people who quote claim that they're practitioners of magic or witchcraft or whatever you want to call it whatever your vernacular is for it. There's like a moral code not to do harm and not to do it for self-gratification. In theory, again, those are their practices. But if you can't do it, if you can't do it anyway, you would use that same thing and say, well, I can do it, but it would be wrong for me to do it. Right. And no one would be quote the wiser.
The guy came out with that story that first of all, he could just unlimited money, but he stopped doing it. He was doing it. It's not like he never did it. He stopped doing it because he decided it was unfair. That was one thing. And then he goes and validates Uri Geller with the spoon bending. Wouldn't that discredit him from anything else? Wouldn't you not believe him when he starts talking about aliens and whatever else he's talking about? You just say, this guy's a fucking Fruit Loop. Steve would say, no, I don't know if you know this about UFOs, but yeah.
See, some people reverse engineer their fortune. Let's just say, for example, let's say, for example, that I'm broke. Okay, just for example, I'm broke, and I claim, and then I find out that I have a relative, and the relative left me money, a good chunk of money, where I wouldn't have to work anymore. My wife now be
irrelevant. They just emailed me.
Okay, so now my wife and I are good. We're good to go, and this money comes to us, and we're like, "Yay!" And now I start saying, "I manifested this money in my life, and now I'm wealthy, and it works. It works. I can work it for you, but I'm also really bad at managing the money, and I blow through it." And so now my story is, I manifested it, but I felt so bad about it that I just put it back out into the universe so that others could have it.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm going to get $40,000 from Facebook by May 15th, and so I'm so sure of it. I'm going to borrow.
Did it go up another 10,000? Well, you didn't get it. Keep raising it every. You can't do that. You got to pick a.
Why are you so negative, man? You ever stop to think about all this negativity that happens in your life is because you think that way?
It's I had a friend of mine who was he was very, very good at martial arts and had some belts and awards and stuff like that. And he had to register as a lethal weapon. Okay. And he couldn't fight anybody because it'd be, I knew people like that when I used to spar. And it would be like if I was hanging out with them and I decided that, look, if I fight you, I can't fight you because I'm a lethal weapon, and I don't fight. Who are they to know? Because I'm not going to fight them. They would not know. And it'd just be my bullshit, and they wouldn't know any difference.
I'm trying to find the point. Well, where's the point?
I'm talking about the same thing about being able to quote manifest, but say you don't, but you're not manifesting it, but you say you can.
All right.
I would have
thought Justin C. Douglas, or whatever his name, Justin C. What's his last name? Russell. I thought he would have showed up.
Why? Because he's from Oklahoma. He's more reliable than the guy from DC.
No, because he's been on several other. But a lot of people tape this stuff. They're not live. So if he shows up on their thing, he could have not showed up originally, and then they had to track him down and say, "Come on back, we'll tape at a different time."
Or he showed up late, and they kept recording. And he recorded it, like he was 15, 20 minutes late. And
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So they didn't necessarily show up on time then, and so.
Yeah. And he was rewarded for bad behavior.
Rewarded, yeah. Reinforcing that bad behavior for many comedians to come or not to come in this case.
Speaking of not to come, Matt, I sent you a text asking you to send me information about a certain doctor that you said you were sent. Where did you send it to?
Right back to the same. Maybe I sent it to my wife. Wait a minute. Hold on.
She's probably like, "Why are you?
No,
your wife."
You said, "Hey Matt, please send me to Dr. Albert's contact info," and I responded with Dr. Albert's info on that same text.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what my phone says. Okay, let's do this. The last thing my phone has under my text, it says, "Hey Matt, please send me Dr. Albert's contact info. Thanks." That's what it says. Now, did you type it in and not hit send?
No, it's sent. Look, there it is. Hey Matt, please send me Dr. Albert's contact info. Albert.Bramante@gmail.com. Now everybody has it. And
okay, it never came to me. It never came to me.
Well, it'll come to you.
Well, let me write it down while I got it here.
Albert.Bramante@gmail.com.
All right. I'm trying to look.
Hyundai.
You say Albert.Bramante?
Yes.
At gmail.com.
Why are you not getting it? I don't get why you don't get it. You didn't get what you didn't get. Why didn't you get what you didn't get? Here, let me say.
I'm coming for you. I don't understand.
Today at 9:30.
It's not like you're blocked.
Was sent.
Welcome to Boomer Corner, the only corner that you can get stuck in.
I just sent it again.
Oh.
Boomers have to send everything twice.
Well,
do I need to say that
thank
again?
you.
Boomers have to send everything
No,
twice.
it just came through. Thank you. I appreciate you waiting a whole 24 hours to send it to me. Actually, not 24 hours. It's like
7
18
seconds, according to my my own messenger app. There.
Hey, I think Marco Rubio is going to take over Health and Human Services today, because why not?
Well, he's got five. He's got 5 jobs now, I think.
4 or 5.
No. And Ron, you know the stereotype about how the Jamaicans never, they never have just one job. Jamaicans have like 8, 9, 10 jobs. You know the old stereotype. Marco Rubio is now like a Jamaican.
Cubans don't have any jobs.
Because Trump doesn't have any Jamaicans on his staff, so Rubio is the closest thing to a Jamaican. It's like here's 4 more jobs.
You're close to Jamaica. Yeah, I remember that bit when they started doing it in Living Color.
Living Color, yeah.
They would yell at each other like, "You lazy man! I got 15 jobs."
That's what I was referring to. Yeah.
But being Cuban, you're automatically qualified for the major leagues. So he's a baseball player, Marco Rubio. He's a pitcher, right?
He's aged out of that program.
He's probably more versatile. He was probably a catcher and a pitcher.
Oh.
Well, we know he's a catcher because he's in the cabinet.
It's making me crazy. It's making me crazy. Get it? That's Jamaican.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, like an ice cream flavor.
The fifth Beatle chimes in every once in a while with a very strange chord.
You like that one, Ron?
So wait a minute with this Marco Rubio stuff. Somebody has to get fired for him to take a new job, right? Because I've only heard about 2 firing somebody.
Well, Walls, they don't like the word. I don't think he was, quote, fired. He was displaced. Displaced. Like, so now I think now they want to make him the UN ambassador to the UN, I think.
Yeah. Walt's right out of here. I don't know. But HHS is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., right? Because the MMR, the vaccines, they contain a lot of fetus debris.
Yes. Of course it does.
Okay.
But if it works, it works. That's right, Stephen.
What is he? Cuck boys? Somebody's got cuck boy's tongue. He's just
I was muted. I
mean, child enthusiast tongue. It doesn't roll off you. Cuck boy just kind of or whatever. Pedo boy. whatever he is. I don't.
Here's
He's a
the
cuck
problem:
pedal.
if you say
He's a cuck
something
pedal.
with your
Pedal
mic,
cuck.
if you spontaneously blurt something out that you think is funny with the mic muted, and then we wait, and then you unmute it, and then you repeat it, if it's not funny and it wasn't worth waiting for,
I
it's
know.
really that's
I
the
know.
problem.
That's why I'm not repeating it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
totally different to just blurt it out there and it doesn't fly. That's okay. But
That's why I'm not repeating it, because it's not a
Ron,
double shot deal.
Yeah.
Ron, are you excited for Steven? He's got a new vocation. He's going to be a heavy metal bass player. He's auditioning.
I doubt
for,
that'll ever happen. But
Yeah, heavy metal is an H3O. No, that's heavy water. Never mind.
Oh.
Right.
Wait,
So
H3O. Never mind.
Steven's
Speak
a
American.
bass player. He's going to play with a pick, of course. And
Oh,
he's gonna
somebody
play-
remembers that high school chemistry.
Who's that? Who remembers
Steven.
high school chemistry?
Steven, so you said heavy metal and I said H3O, and I said, oh no, that's water. And
Oh. I don't think that's high school. I think you learned that in elementary school.
I don't think they were teaching heavy water in elementary school. Well, I take that back. We were. We were.
So, Steven, you invested in this this bass rig. It's a rig, right? It's a rig. You got a bass guitar and an amp. That's a rig, legitimate rig, and a gig bag.
Not if it doesn't have cables. Does it have cables?
It has everything.
Okay, then it's a rig.
A cable it comes in the pack, and a pick. I think it even says capo in the description, which somebody doesn't understand capos and not for basses.
No.
But so now it does it come today? Oh, you accept? When does it come? You started.
It comes the 6th, May 6th.
Why so long? Amazon would have had it there before you finished hitting. Before
that
you
was the only
return.
shipping option. Was delivered between the 6th and the 9th.
Yeah, my youngest son, he plays bass and guitar, mainly bass. He just got a new orange box like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Oh, Steven, what's an orange box?
No idea. I'm still learning.
Box full of oranges.
Yeah, it's if you usually see them on the corner in California, or like LA, they'll be like usually a Mexican.
That sounds like more like a Florida thing, but
no, well, there too, but I used to see them in California.
All right, get this show back on the track, will you? Come on, somebody do something. But get this. Oh, speaking of back on the track, I've never seen this before. Here on the Long Island Railroad this morning, train burst into flames. It was rolling down the track, wall on fire. It was entertaining to watch. Probably not so entertaining on the inside, but from the outside, it looked really cool. Maybe they should make that like a regular feature on the LIR, just like set one on fire so we have something to watch in the morning.
And did they know it was on fire and they were just trying to get to some water, or did they, or because you'd think somebody would have stopped like near a fire station so they could put the fire out?
It was going through the black neighborhood, so that it's like a Flint, Michigan type of thing where they didn't have water to put it out, or if they did, they sent it to the white neighborhood train.
Flammable. If you use it, and if you use it in the wrong neighborhood, it's actually flammable.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that was entertaining for
Was it white smoke or black smoke come from the train? And see if it was maybe it was like a
it's
travel.
full of popes. A train full of cardinals.
Yeah.
And no, it was all black smoke.
Okay.
Is anyone going to see the Thunderbolts this weekend?
No.
I will go see it, but I'm not sure when.
Thunderbolts are sound. Lightning bolts. I'm going to see the lightning bolts, not the thunderbolts. Why would I see?
No, I think my next theater outing for a Marvel movie is probably going to be Doomsday.
How's the car? Did you get when do you pick up the car?
I will hopefully
that's coming by Amazon also on the 6th.
No, I'll have the car paid off. Hopefully it should. If everything works out the way it's planned out and budgeted, first week of June.
Paid off? I didn't ask when you're having it paid off. I'm not.
Well,
I'm not.
That's when I pick it up.
You can't have it until you pick it up. What kind of financing is that?
Well, I'm not really financing it.
It's more like layaway. It's more like remember layaway, Matt?
I mean, he's really just doing me a favor because he had somebody lined up to get it, but he's just hooking me up because I need it. So.
So Steven, your bass obviously isn't like a real like name brand. So what is it a copy of?
It's a good question.
It's not a copy. It's basically it's It's like a standalone design. It's not like a copy of a popular base.
Well, wait a minute. Okay. We're not even going to address the issue of a DEI hire moving against jumping ahead of somebody in line to get a car just because they're special.
Not just that. Here's the deal. This guy claimed he had somebody else to buy it, but instead of selling it to them, he took $1,000 off and sold it to Steven, who doesn't have the money to pay for it. I'm thinking there were blowjobs and cum swallowing involved.
That sounds like DEI hires right away.
That sounds like somebody's a car enthusiast.
It's more like CIM a hire.
He's a DEI enthusiast.
Come in your mouth, not DEI, whatever that stands for. So what did you do? You gave this guy anal and oral? You let him fucking fuck your ass?
Sorry, I was distracted by the Clydesdales pulling 2 trailers down the road right now.
Clydesdales?
Yeah, there's 2 Clydesdales going past the house right now with trailers.
They're in the wrong part of town.
But yeah, no, he's a good friend. He basically flips cars on the side outside of his normal job.
So is this the same guy that used to tip cows when he was a child, and now he's tipping cars?
Did you ever do that? Did you ever tip cows?
No, that's cruel and unusual. And
we used to shoot bottle rockets at him.
Yeah, we used to get shot at because we were like we would run into the cow field after the rainstorm to get the mushrooms, and the farmers did not like that, so they would shoot. But there were cow tippers. I never cow tipped, but there were cow tippers who got shot too. And how do you tell the difference between a mushroom gatherer and a cow tipper? What?
How good a service does a cow have to be before you tip it? I'm assuming they did something to deserve the tip.
So dumb.
That's really funny.
And that's why I didn't say it with my mic on mute, so I wouldn't have to repeat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my like Laura's grandfather, he was a dairy farmer from Wisconsin, and so you don't want to be on a farmer's land getting caught doing that.
What, tipping the cows or getting the mushroom? Because I never knew why they would be angry at us for just getting the mushroom. We're not hurting the cows. We're just here for this shit.
Yeah. Anytime you're near their animals and you're jumping fences and shit, a farmer I can shoot you and run you over with this tractor if you want.
And nobody will know you're gone.
Exactly.
I can shoot you and bury you and feed you to my pigs and no one will miss you.
And you don't want to fight a guy that's been working in a field for 12 hours already that day.
I don't want to fight anybody. I'm not a fighter. I used to be a fighter. I don't want to fight anybody. I just
put your face in my ass and fight for air. How about that?
You want me to put my ass in your face and fight for air?
No, your face in my ass.
No, that's not how it works.
I haven't heard that expression in a very long time.
I know it's an oldie but a goodie. I was pulling a Jackie.
And what?
Pulling an old school joke out of the woodworks.
You're pulling a Jackie, and he liked it. Yeah.
So, according to Steven, he's following Landau very closely right now because he's working on some new material, and Landau is writing a whole new set for him to steal by summer. Now, why have you not? Just because your wife said your dick is too small, get out, and I found a better man, and you're a lazy fat fuck, and whatever she said to you. That doesn't mean you've got to stop doing comedy. Why have you stopped doing comedy?
I've struggled with depression my whole life, and just
how do you think people who listen to your comedy feel?
Even when like things are going pretty good overall for me. I don't think I really have a reason to be super depressed, but I've been that way for the last
somebody like me would say you have a reason to celebrate.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I've been having fun. I'm not dwelling on anything. I'm not even really sad about it anymore. It's just like as things go good, my brain tells me you don't deserve it. Things are gonna crash and burn, and then I get pissed off, and then I get sad about it.
Why did you talk about this to Dr. Bramante yesterday? He was here to help you, and you just held us all in. No wonder you're failing. You can't just eat it. You have to let it out. You have to come
clammed
forward.
up. That's what he's trying to say. You clammed up.
I was thinking oystered. I was thinking oyster up because somewhere there is a
Clammed up
pearl.
like a gray alien vagina.
See, and I'm more positive. I'm thinking he oystered up because somewhere deep inside there's a pearl waiting to come out.
Oh,
Pearl necklace, maybe.
now those, yeah. Well, pearls are made out of oyster cum, right? They
I
come
think so.
up.
Well, actually, a single pearl is just an anal bead. So once you need a bunch of them together, you need a bunch of them to make a whole set.
See,
The reason why most men are rough fuckers.
Right. I never understood the whole anal bead thing. You stick the beads up your ass so they can pull them out slow, and that's
the only time I've ever seen anal beads used for a productive reason was when Bam Margera flew a kite out of his ass with anal beads in his ass.
Now I'm looking at Ron's face because I know he's waiting to correct us or contribute in some meaningful way, and I'm waiting for Ron to do so because I know he's got
anal beads out of his ass while we speak, and that's why
he's like going, no. This.
I'm not good with any of the toys.
No, you don't see beads used a lot anymore. The toys have evolved, and especially for hygienic purposes, like beads. Like they sort of have them now, but they're more like either silicone or glass is very popular because it cleans very easily.
Stainless steel is popular too for some of the plugs and stuff. Yeah.
Now, is it more thrilling if you have like stainless steel and like put it in the freezer or refrigerator first?
It depends on the it all depends on the person. It's the same thing if you do that with a toy in the vagina. It all depends on the person.
Like dip it in Tabasco sauce and then maybe
there is there was like a story 2 years ago where some idiot, he filled a bathtub with hot sauce and he got in it.
I remember that story vaguely.
Yeah, and he didn't realize, your skin breathes and absorbs shit. And so
yeah, because somebody missed third grade science.
I wonder how long it took. Because
that sounds horrible.
You can't just take a shower and get that out of there. How long?
It's in his pee hole. It's in his butthole. It's in all of his crevices. It's soaking into everything.
And it's in his pores. It's like the commercial says, Madge, you're soaking in it.
Wow. Guns
and Roses. I also remember another story about a guy. This happened probably a good 10 years ago. He found some paint. And he opened it up, and it was like green paint. And he decided, I want to be the Hulk. And he painted himself green with the green paint. The thing he found out afterwards, it was aircraft paint that he painted himself green with. Right. So he permanently turned green because it's fucking aircraft paint. It's made to withstand seawater, everything.
Yeah. Well, I guess he doesn't lose it until he loses that layer of skin, I guess.
He's here now. He's standing right behind GD, but we can't see him because
I think even if they kind of did the whole tattoo removal, he would still be like a faint green because that is highly industrial paint, corrosive paint that you're not going to get off human skin. It barely comes off planes. Why would it come off skin?
You have to like sandblast it off, don't you?
I'm thinking like
yeah,
because I didn't know that if it's attached to a plane. I didn't know there's also some kind of covalent bonding between the paint and the metal on the plane, and that metal wouldn't exist on the skin, so maybe there wouldn't be a covalent bonding.
Plus your skin exfoliates. You do this skin here will be gone a year from now, and it will probably be in Steven's cuck jar or something.
I mean, it could penetrate like 2, 3, 4 layers of skin, but even still, what about the breathability? Your skin has to breathe.
I need help from Flaptail to kind of continue to abuse Steven. I'm not on my Steven abuse game today. So somebody, you guys got to pitch in. We gotta humiliate and just to denigrate and put him down because that's what we do to people in wheelchairs.
You're going to be the first names in my suicide letter.
And once again, Matt can't do the math. Like, why aren't people coming on this show?
I
Actually, Albert said this, and Albert's on the podcast circuit doing all. He said this was the most fun he's had on these things. And he's not going to sell any fucking books, and he realizes that, and probably hurt his reputation. But he had a good time, and that's what it's all about: having a good time in the morning, making fun of Steven. Bullying.
Do that for Matt. That would be like a great boost for his career.
I have a problem remembering my lines, though.
Reticular hemorrhaging. I was thinking reticular hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
That's where that would occur.
You're on a more productive podcast that helps show you.
Well, I definitely enjoyed it though. I will say that this is one of the most enjoyable ones.
Hit a B.
Where do you get a load of me? I can't find the off button.
Out of our face right now. I guess GD felt like if he doesn't verify what I said, nobody will believe me. So he has to show the clip.
Why should they believe you?
They shouldn't. I'm just saying. That's why you had to show the clip.
And also, I spent 15 minutes doing it. Or was it 10? 10 to 15 minutes doing it.
That's way fucking too long to fucking spend for that. That's 15 minutes of your life wasted. How many views did you get on it? 8?
Don't know. I didn't do it.
4,
I did
3, 2,
maybe 1.
Maybe that guy could manifest himself a diet plan. He wasn't a manifest guy, was he? Well, he wasn't a manifest.
No, but I bet you couldn't look him in the eyes and tell him that to his face.
Because his eyes were a little bit in different directions, right? You'd have to be 2 people to look him in the eye. It's kind of like a Marty Feldman eyes type of thing. Again, to Ron's point, this is why people don't show up, because they know I'm gonna say that kind of stuff about.
Matt, I spent like 5 minutes making a video yesterday just for Steven. Now I posted it, and it probably got watched by 2 other people, but I made it just for Steven, and that was the easiest way to deliver it to him, was to put it on Facebook.
All right.
It was great. I thought it worked.
One of your clips from not your clip, the Rev's clip, was done in StreamYard. It got like 1,500 views within an hour of putting it up, but then you go spend 15 minutes on that, and then you get like 3 views. That's what I'm saying. It's a waste of time, a waste of life, a waste of energy, a waste of, well, I don't know. It made Steven laugh.
That's only because you're picturing my cock in your throat.
Yeah, no, I can look. I can't look you in the eye without like getting down on my knees. And who the fuck wants to do that?
惩罚我.
Baba, 惩罚我. Daddy punishment.
Where are we? In the second hour, we got this guy, Stephen Mays, who's from Houston, Texas, who's now living in D.C. And the podcast introduction that I saw from him said,
Sending your parents.
Whoops.
It's a letter. Tell them you're a whore.
He still considers himself an amateur comedian, which is a refreshing outlook to have, because we get all these guys who have been doing it like a month and
are delusional. Delusional.
Yeah.
Not self-aware.
Delusions of grandeur, all that fun stuff.
That was the kind of the conversation we were having yesterday with Albert Bramante. Is what he wanted to have about fake it till you make it. I said, there are too many guys who are faking it and never making it, and they just keep faking it and faking it and faking it, and they just delude themselves, and they just refuse to give up. Yeah. See what I mean? Wow, that was a loud fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people do not have the realization of how hard it actually is to fucking do this as a full-time basis. Because, even if you get a lot of followers on Instagram and stuff, that doesn't translate to revenue at all.
Right.
You still gotta create content that's engaging and, so on and so forth. Then that's I think, a lot of people think that it's so easy to get gigs as well, and it's not.
Yeah. But there are so many people, and I don't know if you know this about so many people, but so many people think they don't even have to do any work. They don't have to write any material. They just have to go out and be the magical, gifted person that the gods have touched and bestowed upon all this talent that doesn't really exist, and just wait for somebody to discover them without ever lifting a finger and doing any work. And I've talked to so many. They just have this, I don't know, belief system that they're destined for fame and fortune without wanting to do anything for it. Like, oh, wait a minute. The minute you ask them to do some work, that's, oh, why you gotta be so negative? Work is not negative. You're supposed to enjoy the work. I was watching this creativity coach on YouTube last night, and this guy was really, really good. I'm gonna subscribe to him. But he was talking about all great artists and.
Are you gonna get him on the show?
Say what?
Are you gonna get him on the show?
If I can.
Are you going to get him on the show?
I said if I can. That's what I just said. I heard what you said. I'm going to try to get him on the show, but I don't know if it would be all that interesting.
You're going to get him on the show.
Did you not hear my answer?
Are you? No. Yeah, I heard your answer.
Are I going to get him on my show?
Welcome to Boom Corner, the only corner that you can get stuck in.
Anyway, this guy's his perspective. He studies all these great artists, even from Renaissance artists to modern, in all genres, and from filmmakers to musicians, book, and all this stuff. Who's that guy? That's GD with a guitar.
Yeah, that's from 2018 at the HMAC, Mike.
Wow. So he's still in his 50s then. He wasn't quite the geriatric GD that we have here with us. But his thing was great artists. First of all, he said perfection is poison. There are people who call themselves perfectionists and strive for perfection are killing their creativity, because all the great artists realize that you can never be perfect, and at some point it has to be called done. I think that's a valid point. But he also said most or not, if not all, of these great artists don't produce for the masses. They produce for one person or one demographic, or they pick out who their audience is and produce for them rather than trying to please everybody. And that, I think there's a lot of power in that. And how would you go about that if you're writing humor, writing jokes? You're just going to write jokes for the dudes, a bro comic. I'm going to be a bro comic, or I'm just going to be like one of these political guys. But so that the whole point is you stick to one thing. And then the last tip he gave was do it all the time. Like consistently and continuously create. Even if most of the stuff you do is shit, you're going to be priming your creative juices the more you do it. So just do it. So I did like 5 paintings last night. 2 of them came out okay. So I was following his advice. And I think he's right. When you get into that, quantity will lead to quality. It will also lead to a lot of shit. But I think if you just keep doing it and just keep doing it, like you write a billion jokes, you're going to get two good ones out of that.
Well, even shit, if you wait long enough and it fossilizes and you polish it, it gets a good, it can turn to something precious.
Yeah.
Archaeologists are finding shit all the time, and they're saying this shit is from a dinosaur. This petrified shit is worth something. So yeah.
Just I know Slaptail's being funny here, but Sal, too bad I have yet to find my audience, so I do kill my type 3 at a funeral. But he's saying don't find your audience, define your audience, and then write for them or create for them. He says he creates his videos for his wife. So happens that a lot of other people find value in it, but he's only creating it trying to impress her. I don't know if that's necessary. It means one person, but I think the idea of defining who you're doing this for, who do you want to like this, it makes a lot of sense to me. Anyway, I'll do news. How about I do news and then we
please do news.
Why couldn't you do news without me? You could have done news without me if you were so
I was playing it in my head. I wasn't listening to you anyway. I started listening to the news 4 minutes ago in my head.
I've listened to me hours ago.
Key national security figures are exiting the Trump administration. Sources confirm that National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and his deputy Alex Wong are leaving their positions in the White House.
Their departures occur amidst ongoing policy discussions within the administration, notably concerning international trade tariffs and foreign relations. The White House has not yet provided an official reason for the exits of these high-ranking officials. These changes represent significant shifts within the president's national security apparatus. Lawrence Keller reporting.
International partners, including the African Union, Turkey,
Hold on, let me pause for a second. Was the Daily Show just satire? Because they were saying that there was a signal thing that showed that Hegseth wanted Waltz fired. Do you know that? Because they say there's no reason for it, but according to the Daily Show, there was another signal text that Hegseth called for it. You know,
there was another signal thing, but Hegseth is the one that started the second one.
Right, but didn't he call for Waltz to be fired in that one? It's like in plain text, like I want Waltz out of here. Waltz.
I don't. Now that I had not heard.
All right, well, I'll have to check that
and the
out.
United States are boosting their efforts against the extremist group Al-Shabaab, which has made significant territorial gains in Somalia this year.
This potential increase in forces comes after Turkey and the U.S. have already stepped up their support for Somali security forces in 2025, offering training assistance and conducting drone strikes. Al-Shabaab's resurgence is raising concerns about regional stability and U.S. interests, partly due to the group's possible links with Houthi rebels in Yemen. Jim Kender reporting.
Demonstrators gathered across the globe to mark International Workers' Day, highlighting labor rights and a range of political concerns.
French union leaders spoke out against what they termed the Trumpization of world politics, and protesters in Italy carried effigies mocking the American leader. Asian demonstrators expressed worries about the potential impact of U.S. tariffs on local employment and industries. Meanwhile, protests in Turkey also addressed domestic political issues, such as the recent imprisonment of Istanbul's mayor. Benjamin Wright reporting.
The department store chain Kohl's has dismissed its chief executive officer, Ashley Buchanan.
Buchanan had been leading Kohl's as CEO, steering the retailer through a competitive and evolving market landscape. Kohl's has not released specific details concerning the nature of the conflict of interest cited in the dismissal. The company indicated it has already initiated a search for a new chief executive. Jessica Oakley reporting.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture released its updated loan interest rates for agricultural producers effective May 1st.
For May, the rate for direct farm operating loans is set at 5.125%, while direct farm ownership loans are at 5.625%. Updated rates were also announced for commodity and storage facility loans, varying by term length, ranging from 3.875% to 4.625%. Kevin Sanders reporting.
California experienced population growth for the second year in a row, adding more than 108,000 people in 2024.
The latest report also included upward revisions for previous years, suggesting population increases in both 2023 and 2024
Why would people go to
were greater
California,
than first
though?
estimated. State officials point to factors like increased legal immigration and higher K-8 school enrollment contributing to the growth. Data shows that 35 out of California's 58 counties saw their populations increase last year. Kyle Norris reports.
And that's the latest news headlines with Alan Edwards.
So, that is a thing, though. First of all, if fertility rates are dropping, they're not dropping in California, right? They're, I don't know, are people coming from other places or going there, or are they making new babies? That's what we want to know. And second of all, are they brown and black and yellow baby? We just want white babies, right? White babies. That's all we want. Just more white babies. No.
I mean, I don't really care what color the babies are. I don't really like babies.
Yeah, but if I put a B on that and then put it out there, it will cause enough anger that we will get like 3 more viewers out of it, right? Bro, some libs coming
3 more white babies. Maybe you get more white babies.
I don't think it's pink babies. Pink babies. I don't know. I don't know. White people just can't get it up. Is that the problem, Stephen? Why can't you make babies?
Oh, I can. I just choose not to.
Oh, how do you choose not to?
John, just so you know, we have voted and is official. Stephen is a child enthusiast.
So he could say so. He prefers toddlers. There's nothing.
Not a toddler enthusiast.
They are not mutually canceling the thing that he likes toddlers just reinforces that he's a child enthusiast. His preference of child enthusiasm leans towards toddlers. That's all, right, Steven? We have that correct. No. Oh, so you like them like 4 or 5 years old?
No.
Well,
no, I like them north of 18.
What's your type? What's your type? Is it like Dennis the Menace?
I like him closer to retirement than elementary school.
18 months or 18 inches? You're talking about the height or their age?
Years? Not inches. I don't like little people either. So
I got a paint party on Mother's Day.
Okay.
Well, okay, you say okay. Well, who does that? Like,
apparently you do that.
It's
probably going to be a bunch of pairs of moms with their kids.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, who mom? Hey, mom, I got a great gift for you. This fucking bald-headed Groucho Marx looking fucking retard is coming in to show you how to paint a flower. Is that a good gift? Me? With a paintbrush?
You as a person are not a good gift.
Right.
Yeah, but it may be about quality time, and also you get they paint the picture depending how old the children are with their moms. You know, they get something, they put it on the refrigerator for Mother's Day, and they have it forever. But I don't know why the mothers are painting because they're the moms; it's their gift. But
and
maybe the moms are posing. Maybe the moms are posing for the kids,
and maybe they chose you because they assume that you're an old guy, you can't get it up, and they can outrun you.
So you need to check your contract, Matt. Are the mothers posing? Are the mothers models, or is it just one mom who's posing, like a MILF? The neighborhood MILF is posing, and all the other kids are like painting.
They're not posing. Nobody's posing. They're going to do a landscape, a very easy landscape, a beginner's landscape painting. Nobody's posing.
So you're just painting her bush.
I choked on a Pop-Tart. I choked on a Pop-Tart.
maybe I should do like, because they didn't tell me what painting they didn't choose one yet. Maybe I should choose for them a gray alien vagina. So because we could do it all in one color, like monotone, like just.
That was good.
50 Shades of Gray Vagina.
Sounds like your trip to the nursing home.
For Mother's Day. I don't know why you're so hung up on vaginas. I mean, it's a Mother's Day thing. First of all mothers have them, and every child of a mother came out of one.
I did not. I came out of a tummy. I was a C-section.
I was a Section 8.
We were all not Ron. Ron would spit out the old cunt juice. I mean, the old vagina, right?
Matt, I always assumed you were an ass baby, but that makes sense.
They do have those, right? Ass babies where they somehow come out. It's rare, but
I don't know. Gynecology hasn't been a hobby of mine for years, so I don't really remember.
So let's take a survey. How many people here remember being breastfed? No, I don't remember being breastfed, but because I wasn't. But
well, not by my mother, but once accidentally when I was 18. I'm not kidding. I was the most gross.
Chinese family breastfed you.
It was the most gross thing. No, I was just sucking this girl's tit and milk came out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm lactating. I got babies at home. Really? You could have mentioned that before I fucking went on your fucking tit. You could have just said, I'm lactating. Don't do that. Now I'm gonna be sick for a month.
Or you have a new fetish. You're going to the shop right looking.
He calls her up at 7 a.m. Hey, I'm out of milk. Can you come over?
It's like The Boys. It's like Homelander from The Boys.
First of all, it's fucking gross. I don't know how kids would fucking thrive on that shit because it's
grainy. It's grainy and it's I don't like it.
She was so diabetic. The maple trees tap him in spring, and you know what? He's easy to tap because whatever. He's used to getting tapped at NAMBLA. That's all I'm trying to say.
The only thing getting tapped is him from the doctor he works for, so he can get a raise.
So,
So Stephen Mays isn't going to show up either, right? He's got 45
What the
seconds.
fuck?
I'm happy with it. I mean, fuck.
Well, I'm disappointed because I was expecting the white guy to not show up, but I just know that black guys are usually so reliable. You know, they stick around and they show up and do the right thing. And
I was
this guy,
trying to see if I could swear Stephen Mays was booked on the show before, and either he was here and I don't remember, he was just boring the fuck out of me that I don't remember him, or he was a no-show. But it would have been quite a long time ago, and I don't think he's been in comedy quite a long
9
time.
years. I think it says 9. I think it's his bio, if you can call it a
9
bio.
years, and the guy
years.
on the podcast he was on still said he's still an amateur. That's kind of disrespectful. I don't know, man. Wow. Imagine if you're doing something for 9 years and you get, he's still an amateur. I don't know if you know this about him, but he's still an amateur after 9 years. Oh, like, wow, fuck you, dude. I'm out of here. Maybe that's why he's not showing up, because all these other podcasters were rude to him.
Well, wouldn't all? I mean, if you get paid to do comedy, wouldn't we be considered pro amateurs, if anything?
We wouldn't be, well, we could be in the Olympics. We could get paid and be in the Olympics, right?
Well, what's the determining factor between an amateur,
They
a pro am, and a pro?
The difference was money.
Well, I would say if you're good at open mics and you're doing shows and things like that, you're popping up here and there. That would probably be like that would be a pro-am. Then a professional is you're out there touring and
semi-pro. It's like semi-pro, like in between professional and amateur. Amateur is the guy who's doing his very first open mic. Like the guy who was supposed to be on the other day, his very first open mic was Kill Tony, and he got on. That's just, and then within 9 months he got on again, and I'm like, that's fucking rigged,
And what typically the cycle is, someone will come in, and that, like, if a comic thinks that he's really good, or they'll come in. They'll come to a mic or two and they're like, I'm so good, you need to put me on a show. And if they do get themselves on the show, even if it's 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes is usually rough. Or my favorite is, because I do that bar show at Fratelli's. And so, I'm using some comics that have experience and others that don't. And even the comics that have been doing it for several years, it's funny to see them struggle even to do 15 minutes.
Yeah. So actually, you starting out on Kill Tony is probably a good thing, because you only have to do a minute.
Well, yes and no. Depends, because if, say, like, you do well, like right out of the gate, then you might have your ego will be inflated. And you'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm so great. Then you go do a spot that's several minutes. Even if it's 5 or 6, you could easily die in that 5 to 6 minutes.
And also, even on the flip side of that, too, you might even have a rough minute on Kill Tony, but your interview went good, and Tony Hinchcliffe likes you. Then you leave with a huge ego thinking you killed it. And then in reality, you were just subpar at best.
And I've seen comedians, more than one, that were so bad that the people were laughing at how bad he was and that bad they were, and they all left with the impression that they killed it. And the thing is, I'm talking about 6 different instances where the comedians were so bad, people were just laughing at how bad they were, and not one of them came off and said, man, I was awful. They just all said, I killed. You hear that laughter? I killed. It's like, no, you didn't kill. They were laughing at how bad you were.
I don't know. I've never done that. I've never laughed at. Usually, it makes me angry if I see somebody in a comedy club setting and they just can't make anybody in the room laugh. I'm not gonna laugh at them. I'm gonna be angry that I fucking paid I left my fucking little hiding space in this fucking room to go out to see them. I could have stayed home, smoked weed, and jerked off or whatever.
Well, let's just say if there's 100 people in the room and 50 of them are laughing at you because
had a V8.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen it. I've seen it enough to know that it exists.
You see me have a V8? When did you ever see me have a V8?
Well, I thought it was a V8. I didn't check under your hood. It could have been a V6. It could have been a slant 4. I don't know. I didn't check under your hood.
You don't look at Matt's slant 4, you nasty. That's personal.
What's the slant 4?
Your penis.
See? No.
All right.
You could have had a rotary engine. I don't know. I didn't look under your hood.
Oh, after 20 years, I got correspondence from Reverb Nation. Holy fuck! I haven't been on it. It's not for me. It's for the Rockin' 45s. I guess I was the admin on that. Chart-topping Hartford artists. I'm not from Hartford, so why you even bother sending me this stuff? All right, fuck off. Fuck off. So Stephen Mays is a no-show. We have 2 no-shows here today. Nobody is reading the post about comedians who don't show, or people who need to read it are not reading it. That's
well. I'm going to update because I shared this on Facebook, and so I'm going to update the post and say these rat bastards did not show up.
Tag them in it. Oh, you can't tag them.
I can't tag them unless I'm friends with them. And I don't want to be friends with them if they can't show up.
See, I think you could tag people who are not your friends, but you never know if you're actually getting.
You can if their profile's marked public.
I think I mistagged the wrong people with the same name at once or twice.
Well, in this case, we do have the pictures, although the pictures may not be right. I've seen us have the wrong picture before.
That's true.
And by us, I mean Matt. But we're in this together, fellas. We rise together or we sink together.
We rise up and stroke down together.
Say something funny because this show sucks so far.
We did say something funny.
Come on, be funny. You're comedians. Be funny. Come on. Be funny.
I'm a humorist. I have a way out. I'm a humorist. I don't have to be funny.
Be humorly.
I don't have to be funny. I'm a humorist.
So be humorly. Be humor.
It would behoove me to be humorous.
Behoove you.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Are you excited for this? Are you excited for this?
Excited for what? So when does the Hampton Festival start? When does it start?
Today?
Under your desk?
Right here, right now.
Oh my God. No, nobody wants that. Stop.
Jackie, stop it, Jackie. Jackie's not there. Jackie's not there. Jason Stewart's not there. Matt Knutson's not there. Erica Rhodes is not there. You guys are not there. Nobody I want there is there. So why am I going to plug that? But it starts.
No pressure, Ron. No pressure.
Nope, nothing.
Come on, Ron. Save the show. You were hilarious.
Yeah, Ron, you were hilarious on his pod.
What did you do? Did you show your feet?
No, I just came on and was my bright and usual funny self.
Well,
no, really, what happened?
You used to love to show your feet on this program, and then now you gave up on that. That was the.
No, you can't always do the same bits. You got to mix things up, you know.
Just going to empty into a bucket.
Do you know what jelking is?
Jelking? I think I've heard the term before.
Okay. It's a term I've recently learned also, and I've just enjoyed saying it around people because nobody seems to know what it means, and it's hilarious.
Is the term? What's the term?
Jelking. It's an unscientifically it's an unscientific method of elongating your penis.
Yeah, well, because unscientific. There was a guy I knew. He tied. This is serious. Well, it's serious, but it's stupid. But this guy, like high school years, this dude tied a rope around his dick and the other end around a cinder block.
No, fuck.
And dropped. No. Yeah.
No, I feel like it's the same.
According to him, because I didn't see it. I promise you, I did not see it.
Sure.
According to him, his website, smashmyballs.com.
There was no fucking web. We fucking still had quills and fucking.
Well, that's what I mean.
Matt just helped him tie on the rope.
Yeah, that guy was an innovator. He started early. It's like one day I'll be able to show everybody.
But his description
he had a little
of the
VHS
outcome
camera.
was the penis did not get longer. It got fatter. It was swelled up and very purple for about 3 weeks. He said
this is so. That's like joking with steroids. This is like joking is you get like semi hard, and then you grab it around the base, and then you stretch it forward, and you're like massaging it. And
Slaptail seems to know basically the science behind elongating your dick.
Yeah,
why
it's
are you taking them out?
Yeah,
it can be done if you just let me read the comment, and then you can comment on his comment. It can be done by, but you destroy the nerve endings. Look up pick of dudes from India that do it as part of their religion.
Yeah. See, that's it. When I looked it up, what I had seen was there's no it's not proven to do anything positive for you. All it does is cause damage, and while it may increase the length, you're just hurting yourself. Like, I'm good on that. That sounds horrible, but it's a really fun word to say.
It seems to me a very long dick would not be, even though a woman might think, wow, I'd like to ride that. Once she does, it's like up here, like that got to be uncomfortable. But I know with my very fat dick, and we've talked about how fat my dick is before. I've had girls tell me it was uncomfortable. It was just too fucking fat for them. It's just
I don't know if you know this about me, but I have a fat cock.
I know.
I was told that it was uncomfortable to sleep with me also, but because they looked me in the face and they go like, "Oh my god, here, don't you here? Do we have to do here? Much better, much better. Okay, now look at yeah, much better. Oh yeah,
reverse cowgirl and put a mask on."
So they used to have, you know what? How Jackie got his start in comedy. This is no joke. Richie Manaveri had told him that he opened up for Rodney Dangerfield. He didn't. It was a lie. But then Jackie got all excited about that and thought, "Well, yeah, we could do it. I could do it." And he wrote that. He wrote down the double bagger joke and sent it to Rodney Dangerfield as if he wrote that joke. You know the double bagger joke?
Yeah.
He sent it to Rodney. Rodney bought it from him for like $100. That's how Jackie got his start in comedy, by selling an all fucking joke that wasn't even his to Rodney Dangerfield.
I can't believe that Rodney Dangerfield would not have heard it already.
Yeah, that was my first impression of it too. But I know that Rodney has, because I've heard Rodney talk about this, with this situation with Jackie, where Jackie, he owed him lots of money. It was like trying to pay him off instead of paying back the money, just pay him back in jokes. Instead of giving you the $10,000 I gave you, I'm going to give you 10,000 jokes. 10,000 jokes you already fucking heard. They're all just old jokes. I'm not writing them. I'm just selling them to you.
Which is $1 a joke. That's
right.
Was that the going rate back then? $1 a joke.
I'm just going to go get a joke book and tell you jokes, have them as if they're mine.
I wouldn't even do that. I would go to the men's rooms and get them off of the doors.
Probably better. They're probably better jokes than their fucking dad jokes.
No, I'll just go to the restroom, sit on the toilet, and write down the jokes.
Here's the thing: usually the joke's on you because it's never for a good time.
Well,
I'm not saying you call the numbers.
922 wine. 516-922 wine. Don't call that number. But it worked for Jackie. It got him a career. He was opening up for Rodney. Rodney took him on the road, so good for him. I mean,
the thing is, now he's running for everybody because now Rodney knows that not to do that. So, like, Rodney will never take me on the road with him because he knows.
Rodney smells like Mitch Hedberg right now.
That is so disrespectful.
Why? You think dead guys smell good?
Well, if they were embalmed properly, they probably would just smell a little musky from the
for a week, and then they start to smell like rotting corpses.
Yeah, but the smell would go away after a while. It stops decaying, and the smell just goes away. Otherwise,
that's a reason to change your name if your name is Musk anyway. Just to think that what it means is stink, like fucking animals scent, right? That's what Musk is.
Pretty much. It's the smell of animal hormones.
Like, instead of Musk, they could change it to from under balls.
Yeah.
Elon
Now-
from Wonderballs.
Elon from
That rolls
Wonderballs.
off the tongue pretty good.
It does. And I know because your tongue has been from under my balls. And it's
right.
rolled over. Rolled off my balls.
Hey, you know how we were talking about like owning land like in the metaverse and things like that?
I remember that. That was a few years ago.
Yeah. So there's an app called Atlas Earth where you can download it, and what you're supposed to do is you download it, and wherever you are, you pull up the app, and you can buy that piece of land. Or if you own that piece of land, you can collect rent on it. It's like fractions of a cent.
But you can't, like, you have to negotiate with whoever already owns that land, no?
You're just owning the meta version of it?
Yeah, it's
so dumb.
It's strange. But yeah, you apparently you can earn money with this.
When I was in college in New Mexico, there was this land, 39 cents an acre. And I was like 39 cents, but you had to buy 1,000 acres. And me and a bunch of friends chipped in on it. And we think we're going to fucking, I mean, land. I mean, come on, 39 cents an acre. We get 1,000 acres. There's no way we could lose money on this. Turned out there is a way you could lose money on it. This land was fucking toxic. It was not farmable. It was just rock land. And basically, I think we ended up selling it for like 9 cents an acre, losing a shirt on it. But that was wow, I can't believe you buy land for an acre for 39 cents. Let's all go in on 1,000 acres.
Now a Walmart and a Panera Bread sit there.
and an elementary school.
And a Dollar General.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now there's a kiddie daycare right in the middle of it.
Oh, Steven got excited. You see that, Steven? Where's that? Where? He was thinking about sexual prospects, obviously.
In my area, like we're getting a lot of Wawas now. They're aggressively expanding into our area.
Are they building new places, or are they just taking over old places that failed?
Most of the time, they're building brand new.
Wow, there's places to build. I didn't know there were places to build
Yeah, and most of them, like Sheetz and Wawa, and they all do the same thing. Like right where I work, there's this huge Rudders. Then right across the street, Wawa built this huge Wawa.
Yeah, I know we don't have Wawas here. We're without a Wawa. But we went to Jersey last Saturday night, and there are Wawas everywhere. And they're gas stations, and they're more than just like a 7-Eleven, though. They're like a mini grocery store, right? Or
well, they started off being like an upscale 7-Eleven, so to speak. I mean, that was the way it was in the beginning. They actually had better.
Every one of them is fucking packed. Like
it's the food. It's the made-to-order food is their thing.
Yeah, they had better food than 7-Eleven. And then. And that was that was back.
Yeah, especially like this is a big thing in Pennsylvania, like Sheetz, Wawa, and Rudders, and then there's Turkey Hill. It's like a whole thing out here. But like Turkey Hill is basically your just convenience store, and they have the hot dogs that have been in the case forever.
And they have their own ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah,
and ice
they make fresh as well. They make it fresh every day.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Ice cream, iced tea is that's a war out here.
Oh yeah.
Wow. The Wawas are getting like Starbucks. There's like a Wawa across the street from a Wawa in New Jersey.
Yeah, and the Sheetz is the same way here.
How come we don't have them? New York doesn't have them. Is it like they don't like New York, or New York doesn't?
Well, I think like with New York City, especially because of the whole mom and pop and the bodegas, you're not going to get in there. And
Long Island is just like a New Jersey in New York.
Yeah, I think you would think maybe like on Staten Island, and because Staten Island's got like yards and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Island's a very weird place.
I used to live in Columbia, Maryland. When Columbia was first built, the only fast food place in Columbia, Maryland was McDonald's. They actually had a contract with the city, the municipality of Columbia, that they were the only one. And then eventually they got like a Jack in the Box,
Yeah.
But Burger King was kept, but their competition, Burger King, was kept out of Colombia for like years. If you wanted a Burger King, you had to leave Colombia to get it.
Hey Matt, when you were in New Mexico, was Allsup's out there?
Oh yeah, Allsup's. You had 2 in every town. One on the north end and one on the south end of every single town in New Mexico. It's
were they nasty then, like they are still now?
Yeah, it was like the low end 7-Eleven.
Yes, very, very low. Like every time you walk in, it's like Allsup's.
Yeah, and Dairy Queens. Like we don't have Dairy Queens in New York anymore. They apparently places in Jersey had them. I was like, Dairy Queen, come on.
Have any of you been to a Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's, no.
Buc-ee's is a thing. They're typically down south. I think like the closest one here to me is like near Richmond, Virginia. And
there's one in Indianapolis.
Yeah, and they're big in Texas. They're like a Walmart grocery. They're like Walmart with gas pumps.
Yeah, each one has 100 pumps. You go in, they have like not just gas station food, but like brisket, ribs.
Oh my god, the food is amazing. They got a whole section of beef jerky where they actually make the jerky there. The food is phenomenal. It is. They got everything there. It's wild.
Is it like a Stuckey's? Is it like a truck stop? It's like a truck stop on steroids, like a truck stop at Walmart.
Yeah, it's like a truck stop, but for regular cars.
Have you watched the jerky production process? I'm just interested in how jerky is. I don't know how beef jerky is made.
I used to make my own jerky because I had a food dehydrator.
Yeah, it's not hard to make.
What do you do?
I used to make my own jerky when those people came around.
What's the process? Educated boomer on jerkiness. A jerky boy.
A dehydrator or a smoker. You marinate your meat. You get it real thin and nice, and you dehydrate it or you smoke it until it's dry and chewy.
And that's sanitary and safe to eat just by dehydrating.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the meat doesn't have to be cooked. Even you can do it with raw meat if you can season the meat. Matter of fact, it's preferable.
I'm never gonna eat beef jerky again. Not that I have in a long time, but it's now I'm scared. Now I'm thinking they're selling me all these fucking disease.
Well, when it's dehydrated, the reason why they dehydrated meat was because bacteria can't live without moisture.
I'm dehydrated and I'm very toxic.
No, you're not. If you were really dehydrated, you would be jerked. Okay, you're not jerked.
When I jerk off, dust comes out. Dust comes out. I'm gonna come.
Oh, look at Rod.
Yeah, that's when we got to meet the Bucky mascot.
Wow.
Now, how clean did that outfit smell? Because most mascot outfits can't be cleaned.
Nah, Bucky's he was clean.
What do you mean it can't be cleaned?
I think in the old days, they just stank. And now they have like Febreze and Lysol and stuff like that. But in the old days,
did he maybe have it on backwards? It looked like he might have had it on backwards. I don't know.
I'm surprised that Ron would pose with something that was not anatomically correct.
Well, anytime he can get next to a big hairy beaver, he's going to. By the way, that beaver had a nice big camel toe. It looked
yeah. Bucky's is next level. The food is the food is good. The food is very good.
Yeah, I was upset.
Is the mascot allowed to talk?
No, he doesn't talk.
Okay, because I was wondering if they had to have like a Bucky voice. You know what I'm saying? Like Mickey Mouse has Mickey Mouse's voice. That's why.
And every Bucky's that I've been in, every time you go in there, that place is fucking packed. It is.
Welcome to Bucky's.
Wall to wall people.
Steven is coming up with a new scheme to get kids. You just inspired him. Look, he's working on his Bucky voice. Go ahead. Show the people your Bucky voice. Buck off.
Get in the van. Oh, I've got candy and puppies. We need to duct tape these kids. Oh, tools.
Wow. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
I can't. You know, it's really. I'm a fucking moron because I complain and then I just make it worse. I don't.
Right. No, we knew you were a moron. I think that was part of your job description when we put the help wanted moron.
That was what Matt's help wanted ad said. Help wanted moron to fill fourth slot on digital broadcast show.
Right.
And then he goes, so Steven, why do you think you're the right moron for this show?
I like kids. Oh.
How much experience moroning do you have?
Lifetime. About 34 years.
What would you say your strengths and weaknesses as a moron?
My strengths is very little. My weaknesses are dominant.
Dominant, submissive, but
sure.
Your moronic strength is that you don't like being called a pedophile, but you keep giving us fuel to put in the pedophile fire.
Yeah,
but we established he's not a pedophile; he's a child enthusiast.
So,
what's the point of rebranding if nobody's going to recognize the rebranding?
It's like if the Pope wanted to start being called the G-Man, and everyone was like, "Nah, we're gonna stick with Pope." He'd be so hurt.
What?
Oh, he's dead though.
But the G-Man, what do you? Well, I don't get it.
God man.
Oh God. I don't associate that with popes. I associate. I thought a man, ass man, or
that's probably more apt.
YA, not young adult, young ass.
Yeah. Hey, Steven, I'm going to be out in Michigan in July.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Oh, awesome! I hopefully will have a car by then. Are you going to Slaptail?
Yeah, I'm working. I reached out to John already and trying to line up some shows when I'm out there.
You see what's going on here, GD? You see what's going on here?
Well, like I said, I'll have my vehicle hopefully by the first week of June. So hopefully we can hang out and maybe we can do some things.
Yeah, maybe we could do something in Indiana because I'm going to be in like Portage and Kalamazoo and things like that.
Reach out to Fort Wayne Comedy Club.
Okay.
And
do something in Indiana.
Reach out to Fort Wayne Comedy Club, and then if you just give him your resume, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to have you out. And then if you and then I'm sure I've opened for people there before, so
I bet you open.
Sure, he'd let me open.
You open. You gaping little fuck you.
I see what you did there.
Are you cool if I mention you?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
They're not cool, but he is.
and it will also get you investigated by the Child Protection Agency.
Should I email him or shoot him over Messenger?
Facebook Messenger, Facebook Messenger, or go to their website. Either one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you actually have a comedian resume? Because somebody was on Facebook the other day was offering their services as a comedian resume updater or whatever. I'll look over your resume and update it and make it work for you. It's like, really? People have a comedian resume? Nobody's ever asked me for a musician resume ever in my life. They want a tape, but nobody's asked for a resume. Like, what is that?
They're called EPKs now, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know what an EPK is, but what? So, yeah.
No, not the one where you go to the doctor's, Matt, and they hook you up with all these little things so you can watch your heart.
That's an EKG.
Oh.
EKGD. EKGD.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. Not okay. EK.
But yeah, Ron, I think Fort Wayne Comedy over Summit City would be beneficial for you.
Okay.
His ticket prices are a bit lower. He doesn't put a minimum on anything, so he generally fills the place up pretty quick. So yeah, just tell him I recommended you, and just go from there. He should hopefully they'll work something out with you.
I've never heard of a comedy club that doesn't have a 2-drink minimum or 2-item.
The reason is because it's sublet. It's connected to a bar that is sublet, so. There's no minimums, but people always end up ordering drinks and food anyway. So,
Yeah. Strike is trending. Why is strike trending? Do you know? I'm finding out.
Nuclear strike, please.
Is there a strike?
Baseball strike, like 3 pitches that went right past the batter and into the
job strike.
Lucky
no,
strike.
I'm talking about a military strike. Hegseth is at it again with his signaling. God, I don't know. I guess
that's all right. Marco can do that job as well.
We're gonna blow people up. That's all. Now, this is serious. Lindsey Graham actually thought that Trump would be a good pope. Now, Hegseth was the one that said Marco should go because he's a devout Catholic, should be considered for pope. I don't think that's the you got to have some pulpit experience, don't you? Don't you have to have some?
First of all, you have to at least be a cardinal. You have to
be a man of the cloth.
It's not like an open casting call, right? You don't just.
No. They're just trying to change the conversation. They're fucking up, and they're just trying to change the conversation. Let's talk about different stuff. So,
Although
fuck them.
I think there was a missed opportunity for Ernest becomes the Pope, if that would have been a thing.
Yeah, we're going to bring back the Ernest movies. That'll make.
Isn't he dead? Is Ernest dead?
Well, yeah, I mean, Jim Varney's been dead for a while. A few shovels will take care of that. Or maybe they can use AI. And look, Jim Varney's back.
You know what they could do is they could just take John Cena and get him really skinny, and he'd look really close.
Here's the problem with Cena. Okay, I'm not a wrestling fan, so to speak. I'm not a wrestling enthusiast, but I associated John Cena with being the good guy. And also being the peacemaker. Okay. Now that he's the villain, that puts a different, thing on the peacemaker. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, he's still a peacemaker.
No. The peacemaker, the guy who plays the peacemaker, was a good guy. That's if he was a villain, they probably wouldn't have made him the peacemaker. I mean, how many villains from wrestling became like
I need a rope where I could
a different role, like a movie thing, like The
Rock.
Rock. But The Rock wasn't a villain then; he was still like the good guy, the hero. And then he went on to do The Mummy and The Mummy's mother and The Mummy's daddy and all that other shit, and the Jumanji film.
Masking tape around my cock and the other end around the cinder block.
But none of the villains ever got that. Just the good guys. I think that's like a bait and switch. That's
Matt,
all.
don't do it. Don't do it.
First of all, that tape is way too wide.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I told you I have
tape. You're gonna be having tape hanging over the edge. The tape is only 3/4 of an inch wide.
What's wrong, boy? What's going on?
You have to fold it over you gotta wrap around and fold it over the top.
Matt's stuck in the bathroom with the brick on his dick.
Usually I get stuck in the bathroom with a brick hanging out my ass, so it's not all that unusual. It's not unusual to have a brick hanging out of your ass. No, Steven, what was that reference? Do you know that reference?
No.
It was Blazing Saddles. This is Tom Jones.
It is from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah,
when Tom Jones came out with
Jesus and John Wayne.
There's a musical montage at the very end of Blazing Saddles.
They were waiting
for Tom Jones,
right?
Yeah, and Tom Jones is part of that.
Steven's quoting me Warren Zevon here. This is an exciting moment on the program. Steven has become
a 310 to Yuma.
Yeah. Look at this. Steven has become. I think we've enlightened his horizons or expanded his horizons or done something with his horizons. I think we fucking probably sodomized children on his horizons or something.
Oh my God!
But, what?
No.
Isn't that what you do?
Somebody wants to be demonetized. Who wants to be demonetized?
Wait, we can call him a pedophile, but we can't say sodomized children.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
I'm just going to empty into a bucket.
Somebody doesn't have community standards. Who doesn't have community standards? You don't have community standards.
And a lot of that comes.
There we go. Exactly. Speaking of standards and no standards, or standard, no standard. I drive a standard. I've been abandoned. They've all left.
The dogs and everything. Yeah.
Everything. Every cat, dogs, cats, chickens, wife, kids, everything. They left me.
So what did you do?
Well, it just happened.
Did you eat at 7-Eleven again?
爸爸，惩罚我。
Speak American.
爸爸，
Perfect.
惩罚我。
What did
Speak
I do?
American.
You're saying it like I must have done something wrong. I'm thinking I must have done something right. For God to smile on me in this way.
Did she walk in with you in a cinder block?
I didn't have a cinder block at the time. Now I have one, and I'm looking forward to my dick hosting the program on Monday morning. And I will be dead.
Joking with the dog.
See, when you get to my age, and hopefully you will get to my age, not necessarily, you could die tonight, but if you ever get to my age, you'll understand that the greatest feeling known to man is coming in and saying, hello, and nobody answers back, and then you know you got the house to yourself. And
this is what happens every time that Matt sees a pile of cinder blocks.
You heard the one about the two bulls?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, these two bulls are sitting on a grassy knoll overlooking a herd of Guernseys. And the baby bull says, hey, Pop, let's run down and fuck one of those cows. But the papa bull says, no, son. Let's walk down. Fuck them all.
See, that's wrong. That's just wrong. That not that you should fuck. That's right. You should fuck them all. But you don't take your kid with you. I mean, you have your talk. You have your little birds and bees talk with your kid, but you don't take them with you on your fucking cow raping run, right?
Look, he's 2 years old. He's an adult now. He's 2 years old. He's an adult now.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch Colors again. I haven't watched that movie.
What's his name?
You're gonna watch BET?
Sean Penn. Is that Sean Penn? Because it doesn't sound like Sean.
Yeah, it's Sean
Penn. Robert Duvall, right?
Yep.
Pretty old movie.
Well, that's Sean Penn and Shelley Duvall.
It was like 88 or 89 that movie came out because it was kind of like the height of gang violence in L.A.
I should do a reel on Robert Duvall because he's going to pass soon, and that will be a good to have one in the can. Because I like to monetize on the death of a celebrity. But he's got such an iconic but unusual career. He's been in so many different kinds of roles, from cowboy to urban cop to mafia guy. You know, he's got a wide variety of roles. Be an interesting guy to do a reel on, and not that actors. Kevin Costner got the biggest response from all the reels I did. I think he got 1 million views on that reel I did for Kevin Costner. People love him. I don't think Duvall would do anything like that. But he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's like one of the greatest movie actors ever. So,
really?
Great.
Even better than Will Ferrell?
I don't know. Will Ferrell's pretty good. I mean, it's hard to play an elf. Have you ever tried to play an elf? Steven plays with elves, but I mean, have you ever tried to play an elf? Really difficult.
And the movie Step Brothers, I love that movie Step Brothers.
Yeah,
it's such a great dark comedy.
John C. Reilly, right? Is that his name? John C. Reilly. Dewey Cox. That's one of the greatest fucking.
And the wrong kid died.
The wrong kid died. Oh my goodness. But yeah, in my mind, you're blowing me some kisses. The
songs from that movie were fantastic.
Yeah, but it didn't have a long shelf life. They should, keep that movie around. Keep it in. It's time for put that on.
You'd figure it would make the same rotations as Step Brothers and Talladega Nights, but it just kind of fell off somewhere.
I never saw those either. So I haven't seen any of those three movies.
So Netflix is building a $1 billion production studio in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They already have one in New Mexico. Like, how many studios do you fucking need, man? I mean,
it makes sense. Get one on the East Coast and one on the essentially West Coast per se.
West Coast adjacent.
They're doing a lot of what I've noticed anyway. At least they're announcing a lot of documentary type series type of stuff all over the map, from sports related stuff to all kinds of documentaries that are not like the typical crime documentaries, which is the old thing that they used to do. So, you know, maybe my Netflix subscription will start to be worth something some fucking day, because right now I don't watch Netflix at all. I'm can't find anything to watch. But I would watch Dewey Cox if they put it on there. Put it on there. I'll go on it. Now, anything else coming out? Big comedy stuff that you know about? Comedy series? No comedy.
You have any entertainment news, Ron?
No.
Ron, have you by chance watched Brett Goldstein's comedy special?
Who?
Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso. From Ted Lasso.
No.
Yeah, Brett Goldstein.
Never heard of him. Was he in Crack the Sky?
He was the lead tambourine player in Crack the Sky before he did Ted Lasso.
Why would somebody I never heard of get a special? That's not right.
People that I've never heard of got specials all the time. They still get them, and I haven't heard them.
I did see it. It said Gen Z workers getting fired at a much higher rate than previous generations because apparently they don't take criticism well. They're not very good at communicating, and so on and so forth.
Isn't that what you are? You're Gen. No, you're not.
No.
You're Gen X.
Yeah.
These fucking letters confuse me. X comes.
That's why I don't use them. I don't give a shit. I just say hi.
But they also find the thumbs up emoji passive aggressive.
So Gen.
I find that passive aggressive also. So
Gen Z are like 20-year-old. Is that what are we talking about here?
Gen Z would be 20 somethings.
Yeah. You know what? I find there are two extremes on young people today. They're either got their shit totally together and like super mature, or they're just completely checked out losers. Either those two extremes. You got people just you're in awe of how mature and how they got their shit together, or you're just blown away by how fucking wasted their life is.
Yeah, Gen Z are people that were born between 1997 and 2012.
Who's making this shit up? These fucking year barriers where the
ones that are being born now. What are they? Gen Alpha? They started over again.
Gen Next? No.
Yeah, the Alphas, right? Yeah.
Wow. Well, thankfully, I won't be alive to see any of those idiots grow up. So.
Yeah, Gen Alpha.
So, like 200 years, you'll be back to, or maybe 300 years, you'll be back to X again. Call them X. They'll call them X squared or something, or 2X.
Gen Alpha is 2010s to about the mid 20s.
There will never be
another boomer.
Another boomers, right?
Or another greatest generation.
Because according to some people, there'll never be another baby boom because there's no sperm left. We're out of sperm. We got to because the tariffs. I don't know the tariffs.
Oh no, I'll export my sperm wherever they're wanted.
Yeah. Well, that's why
it's like trying to make a baby. You put a little effort, you give it a rest. Put a little.
You inviting people to make a baby on your video was the funniest thing.
They got to be white babies, though. We can't be having these black, brown, Asian babies.
I think mixed babies are way cuter than white babies, but that's just me.
Yeah, I was going to reference that, let people know that the sap coming out of the tree was not DNA. But
no, that was your DNA. You're clearly fucking your trees. That's what that is. You just got caught. He cut that tree down, and out came all of his seedlings, and he was like, "Oh, it's sap."
Look at these little brown pine cones.
Why do these pycones have dreads? They fall down and they spin because their dreads act like propellers.
So Monday's our big Cinco de Mayo show.
Oh, that's right, our annual Cinco de Mayo show.
Yeah.
Isn't that Sunday?
No.
Wait, Cinco is 5.
Sunday is May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Oh, how's your job going, Steven?
Not bad.
I'm sorry.
He did the show from work the other day. He did the show from work.
Yeah.
And people kept walking into the screen.
I wasn't on the clock, but yeah, I did it from work the other day. But yeah, no, it's going okay.
You seem a little, I don't know, like you're covering up something there.
No, I hate my job, but it's going okay.
Why do you hate your job?
Wow,
it seems like it was...
that's a little harsh.
I didn't miss selling cell phones, and now more than ever, it just feels like taking advantage of people. So I'm just.
But that's the whole job. That job
hasn't
changed yet.
So wait, now you sell.
Did you think that technology and morals caught up with the technology? All of a sudden, it's ethical.
No, that's why I didn't want to get back into it, but I didn't have much of a choice. Not until I have a vehicle.
Because you're really good at being unethical and stealing things from people.
I don't want to get you in trouble or make you lose your job unless it will help you get unemployment benefits. But it's too soon, right? But you sell Android and iPhones, right? You sell now the Android stuff, because Verizon is in with not AT&T, with the iPhones, right? So they want you to push iPhones, but you think Androids are better. No, or I have that wrong. You're shaking.
No, actually, we actually get paid more to sell Android than iPhone. That's because Apple pays less for us to sell their phones than what Android does. So Google phones and Samsungs, they pay Verizon more to sell than what Apple does. So there's not really a push to sell any one version of phone either.
Gotcha. Are you seeing any? Have the tariffs made any difference in pricing yet? Are you seeing prices go like crazy on any of these things?
I will not yet, but I imagine the next round of phones will be, because phones right now are already stupid expensive. We have phones are already up to $2,500.
Here's something.
And did they already come? Are they preloaded with dick pics?
No, but I installed those before you leave the store.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, that's that. And do you charge extra for that, or is that just one of it's like
we call that walking out? We call that set up for success. You walk out ready to go.
Now, do you get to pick? Do you get to pick the dick pics, or is it like a random thing? It's like this is.
It's
just
like
what
back
you
in
pick.
Pokemon cards. You might get a holographic. You might get a 3D. You might get a smush pick. You never know.
Every time GD says dick pic, I try to just do that little drumming thing I just did there.
Okay, so let's talk about roast beef sandwiches. Do you have vagina pics as well?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Is this a sexist thing?
No, it's mostly because of the lack of vagina in the store, mostly. But
gray alien vaginas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about mannequin pussies? You
talk about. Hold on a second. You talk about all these genres of porn. Is there an alien porn genre?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Wait,
you can find there's a porn parody of E.T., dude.
I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I just had a video pop up in my feed with the ET video.
Shocker.
I mean, did you really think that after Princess Leia came out with those little side buns that there wasn't going to be like Star Wars porn?
Oh, the Star Wars parodies are a dime a dozen, man. Those are everywhere.
And with Captain Kirk banging every alien on this side of Andromeda, you don't think that there's like Star Trek porn?
Luke Skyballer and
Star Trek, but alien porn. I'm talking about fucking a gray alien vagina.
Yeah,
because
what do you think Captain Kirk did?
Well, you can buy toys like that now too. Women can buy toys.
Oh, alien dicks and dragon dicks and all sorts of
werewolves, vampires, everything. This is America, baby.
You can fuck whatever you want.
Now here's the deal. Here's the question I have. since most of these things are mythical creatures, is there, quote, a standard for what a dragon penis should look like, or a standard for what a werewolf penis? And who set that standard? Is it like ASE, like the Americans, whatever, American sex toy standard or something like that? Who sets those standards?
Well,
I don't want to make.
You said most of these things are mythical.
There you go. There's E.T. from the adult version.
I don't. That looks just like a weird little midget. That doesn't look like an alien to me.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a lady. Isn't that a lady in the costume?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Well, how do you know all these things are mythical, TD? According to top-ranked physicist and Stanford University professor, they're all real. They're all real. So you calling them mythical? What's he doing? He's looking at his dick, saying, "Why is my dick so small? Why is my dick so small? I wasn't in the pool. I wasn't in the pool. Here's the deal: my dick is small." What's he doing? He's not even listening. What's Steven doing? Holy shit! He's fucking thumbing his ass.
A comedian was
thumbing his ass. Look at he's thumbing his ass live.
No, I was putting my personal protection piece of equipment in my pocket, and yeah, I have to get ready to leave soon.
And
it's in my pocket now. We're good.
Littering and.
I just don't. We are raising a generation of very weird people who are just like the kinks are just all over the fucking place. What happened to just normal kinks?
What do you mean? The people. Here we go. Here is a.
It's a butt plug. We used to sell butt plugs on this.
There's a dragon dick.
Now this is labeled werewolf.
Is it? Oh, I guess that does look like a dog penis, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Now,
welcome home.
Are you an expert, Stephen, in dog penis?
No, but I've owned dogs. I've seen it. If you've owned a dog, if you've owned a male dog, you know what a dog penis looks like.
Why would you let that get into your psyche?
It's just I don't know. Same reason I've seen like duck dicks are scary.
Have you seen a pig dick?
No.
A boar dick? A boar dick?
What about a duck dick?
I've seen a duck dick. Yeah.
Fucking corkscrew. Yeah. Very weird.
That's why you see find the duck up. That's how you get it.
But I mean, you might find some of those kinks odd, but like what's going on with the current administration, since it wants to go full gay, but it can't because the country is so bisexual. It's like these are kinks that people have had forever. It's just now because the internet's here, you're aware of them. It's like those people that love popping balloons, from werewolves to anything.
I understand that I get. I'm just curious to who set the standard for what these things, what mythical creatures, the genitalia
it's
look
called
like.
Imagination.
I'm saying, but they set a standard. In other words, if I created a werewolf penis and it doesn't look the other werewolf penis, they're gonna like say to me, "No, that's not a werewolf penis. That's actually a unicorn penis. You got it wrong."
Okay.
What is this we're looking at? Because I can guess what this is. This looks obviously something phallic, but it's like weird. What is it?
This is just listed as a large fantasy dildo. So it's whatever your heart
desires. It would hurt no matter what.
Yeah, I am. You know, on that note, guys, I have to actually take off a little early for work, but
this reminds me I need to leave early. Seeing that reminds me I need to leave early.
The idea of hurting anuses even has to take off.
Vagina.
It made me taut. It made me uncomfortable in my butthole area.
Is that like hollowed out so that like a guy could put his thing in there and just like?
No.
Oh, he's talking about a toupee.
Is that what it's called? A toupee?
That's a Merkel. You know what a Merkel is?
Oh, a Merkel. That's what it's called. Yeah.
I thought that was fake hair. I thought that was
for women. It's a toupee for their vagina.
Oh, that's a Merkin. That's a Merkin.
That's a Merkin.
Merkel.
Now Merkel was the black guy. Merkel was the black guy from that TV show.
But the thing that GD is
talking about. That? That's a Merkel.
That's Steve Urkel. But I think the thing that GD was talking about, like, is like for guys with like really small winkies, they sell a thing that you can like put your winky in to make it bigger.
Why not just tie it to a cinder block?
No, don't tie it to a cinder block. We just discussed that. That's bad for you.
But it's really good for the block, right? It's really good for the cinder block.
I don't know if I could even look that kid up.
The cinder block actually has a story to tell. All the because it gets used for that, and then it gets put in the house, and it gets with all these other cinder blocks. And says, "So, what did you do before you came here?" And one cinder block is saying, "Like, well, I used to chalk wheels, you know." And the other cinder block goes, "Really? I used to elongate penises at a monastery."
Now,
oh God, fuck,
Vagina.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Why is that even a thing?
Because in it,
Vagina.
Oh. I'm all right. I talked to Ron. It was great seeing you. I will see you next week, buddy. You guys have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Steven sees it and goes, "That reminds me, I'm late for work."
I don't know. I don't know.
That reminds me, I'm late for work.
Enjoy your weekend, everybody.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know about this. I'm kind of glad that I won't be alive to see the future, because the future is not looking.
Since those are not
future is
real,
not what it used to be.
Since those are not real genitalia, can you show them like on Facebook and stuff like that and not get dinged?
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't let me show a prosthetic buttocks, you know, and it didn't even have a hole. It was just the two cheeks and the crack, and they took it down. They said I couldn't show it because it violated community
Somebody
standard.
had to report it. I see lots of more. I see more pornography on Facebook than I've ever seen.
Yeah, but that wasn't even porno. That wasn't even porn. That was comedy. It was actually, you know, butt cheeks, prosthetic buttocks, and it was like made up like a fair game.
Right,
you know,
but I mean, so the Facebook standards, they usually don't take that down until somebody reports it. Somebody had to report it.
I don't even think it was up long. Look, Matt, you know I don't have that many followers, right? So it's not like as soon as I put it up, somebody flagged it. It's not like, you know, it's
somebody
not like
flagged it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Somebody, whether you put it in a comedy group or something.
No, I mean their computer. I mean their computer was like, no, you can't do that. That's what I'm thinking, because it wasn't up long enough for somebody to even. It was like,
people
no,
like lightning. People,
Yeah.
You can just fucking offend somebody just by showing up. Here it is.
Yeah, I can't put up stuff and people see it within like the first 10-15 seconds. It takes like 10-15 days for people to see stuff I do. So
right, I guess we could fucking end this nonsense. 2 fucking no-shows today.
Oh, so I'm gonna update my sharing of the post, and I'm gonna.
How many did we have this week? We had like 4 or 5 no-shows this week.
And were they all comedians?
I think so.
Like the guy with the glasses, who from
Abergast. That was last week. That was last Thursday.
Oh, that was last. Okay.
No-shows. That's a Spin Doctor song, right? I got a pocket full of no-shows. I got a pocket full of kryptonite. I love the Spin Doctors. Why did they die as a band? Like,
because they weren't Crack the Sky. Crack the Sky is like the epitome of what a band should be. And
no, the singer actually had some like vocal issue.
Yeah, the guy had like polyps on his vocal cords or something.
Yeah, so he had to stop singing, I think. And yeah,
Guns N' Roses is putting a new tour together, right? Guns N' Roses. Axl's a fat pig, right? Axl, is he less of a dick than he was? Because he was.
I think somewhat of a dick, but they show up on time now. They play because it's all contracts, and they're making a shit ton of money.
Is it just a money grab? That's all. It's just money.
It has to be, because they're not really producing new material. They have really no reason to, because people come out to see them.
I can't believe now. Axl was known for his little squirmy little dance there. He can't be doing that as a big fat fuck, right? That little.
Oh, I was thinking Axl was the guy with the top hat and the guitar. Okay,
he's still out there doing whatever he does.
Slash is really good. Slash still looks young, still plays like I have no doubt that musically it's probably going to be a good show. But Axl's just a fat fuck. I mean. And he probably can't sing like. I mean, he used to hit some really high notes.
He's not as big. I think he has slimmed down some. He's not, quite like when a few years ago when they first hit the road. He was he was looking pretty rough, but I think he got his shit together.
He got married to like a supermodel. What was her name? Stephanie Seymour, I think. Really fucking hot 80s supermodel. I wonder what she looks like now. She's probably as fat as him. Right.
Now, I have a question about Axel then, because, and this is more of a curiosity. When was it Luther Vandross? There was Fat Luther and Thin Luther, and people said they could tell the difference listening to the record which Luther was singing. It was Fat Luther or Thin Luther because it sounded different. Did Axel have that same thing, like the fat Axel sound and the thin Axel sound?
Wow. No. Well, he wasn't singing those when like.
That's from 2 years ago of Axl Rose.
Wow, he looks back to almost normal, except with short hair. He's kind of gotten all conservative.
Yeah, because like you said, when they had like gotten back into it, he was really chubby, and I think he realized like, well, I can't do this, so he had to slim down.
When GD said Luther, we're talking about
Luther Vandross, yeah.
It reminded me of a famous O.J. Simpson line. O.J. Simpson was working for Monday Night Football as a commentator, and the line he said was, Luther tried to suck him off, but the defense wouldn't come. And that sticks in my head. Luther tried to suck him off. He tried to suck him off, but the defense wouldn't come.
So, they tried to suck him off sides, and the defense didn't. Right, and the defense didn't jump. Okay, yeah.
But that I could still, and then anytime anybody says Luther, even if they say Martin Luther King, my mind immediately goes to OJ. Luther tried to suck him off, but the defense wouldn't come. I can't get it out of my head. I'm going to die with that.
So who was the quarterback then? What quarterback name was the quarterback's last name was Luther or his first name? Because I'm thinking
I don't know if it was the quarterback or somebody on the front offensive line or something. I don't know.
Because usually the quarterback is the one who tries to draw them off sides with their cadence and stuff. Yeah.
So hey, I'm not sure if you heard this, but do you remember the song "I Kissed a Girl" and I liked it?
Yeah, Katy Perry.
No, this is
somebody remade it. Recently, I know that, but it wasn't.
Well, this song is from 1995. She has a song called "I Kissed a Girl." Well, she died in a house fire. She's 66 years old.
Wow. So Katy Perry's was a remake?
Let's see. I Kissed a Girl reached number 20. I Kissed a Girl reached number 20 on Billboard's Modern Rock chart, the first openly queer-themed record to do so.
Yeah. Katy Perry had a number one hit with it in 2023.
Yeah.
Oh, 2017.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's weird. I didn't know it was a remake.
Yeah. In 2008, Katy Perry released I Kissed a Girl, which was not a cover of her song.
So she did it without, and I liked it.
Yeah. After Soleil made comments that she said that were deliberately over the top and ironic, she was targeted by Perry fans who took the comments seriously.
Wow.
But, Katy Perry is now getting her comeuppance.
Somebody was saying recently, and I forget who it was, but somebody was saying Katy Perry stole her act. Who was it? I don't know. Somebody was saying that Katy Perry stole her complete persona. I don't know. Fucking showbiz scandals. Who cares? Who cares? I just need to go manifest some unlimited money with my magical powers, even though I know it's wrong and unfair. I'm going to do it anyway. Me and Hal put off. Shall we end it here? Shall we just hit a button?
Why would you want to do that?
Huh?
Why would you want to do that?
And remember, everybody, turn on your...
Yeah, do I have guests a book for Cinco de Mayo? You think I do? You would think I'd have a Spanish guy, no? Wouldn't you think?
That sounds so racist.
I know. Brandon Farris, which is almost like phallus. who's a comedian, and then somebody named Linda Williams. Now, I know a Linda Williams, but I don't think this is that Linda Williams. I think she's a musician. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's happening next week. You on Cinco de Mayo? We should have a Mexican. We should have a Mexican. Why don't I have one of you guys? Oh, well, Ron's not going to be here, but GD, if you could remember to wear a sombrero on Monday, and I'll just say, GD, what's a good Fenderasquez, Fendasquez, or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm having a senior moment. All right, where's my turn on your radio thing? Do you receive my turn on the radio thing? I'm gonna tell people, have a great weekend. Try to stay out of trouble, and don't forget to turn on your radio. Bye for now.
Papa, 惩罚我.
Mannequin pussy.
I'm just going to empty into a bucket.
Mannequin pussy.
Mannequin pussy.
That's good. Mannequin pussy. Not Kentucky. Not Kentucky.
Butter me with Crisco and call me a mule.
Finish.
Don't
listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.